Yo, what's up, D Wayne? It's been a minute. What's crack-a-lackin'? Trash Game Dev. What is up? How my peoples doing? How are my peoples doing? I haven't gone live in, when was it? Let me see. August 13th, over a month. And you know why? Because I was moving, but also my views have been getting, my lives are getting like crap views, 200-300. I was at 1,000 before. Vasilios, what's up? What's up? What's up, Army Mike? Army Mizike, what's up, people? It's been a long time. I feel like it's been so long. I'm back up in the house. Back up in the house. You know what I'm saying? He better put up a better fight than I thought. Yeah, well, of course. People were forgetting Berlanga was a young top contender. Obviously, he put up some fight. Do you know why he put up a fight? I'm going to tell you right now. I talked about this today on the Parlay podcast, which is Kendall Gill, former NBA. I believe Kendall was an all-star. Yeah, I think it was an all-star 1 year. Because Berlanga, Canelo couldn't knock Berlanga out. Not because his skill, diminishing skill, or a discrepancy in talent. No, because he's fighting a dude who was literally 200. Canelo, barely probably at 175. Barely, right? By the time they're fighting a dude who is at least 200. So that's why he didn't knock him out. And that's why Berlanga, even though Berlanga got dropped, that was more of a sneaky shot he didn't see. He wasn't hurt, and he felt the rest of Canelo's shots, and he knew Canelo couldn't hurt him. Why? Because he's so much bigger. So that's what happened. Army Mike know the dilly. So yeah, when you're standing in front of somebody and they don't hurt you, you're going to be brave. But he still wasn't that brave because he still was running around avoiding Canelo's power. Not as bad as Jermell Charlo or, but, Berlanga had a fantastic team. Word? Yeah? You know that? You chill with this team? Word? You chill with this team? You know all about that?
Get the fuck out of here!
Shit. Why are you trying to tell me you put on? Yes. Not only Vasilios, it's not that I'm telling you. One, unofficial weight said it. Two, there's an audio tape, a video of Berlanga. Right now, you could see it. He's talking to Eddie Hearn. And then he goes, yo, let me fight AJ next. And then Eddie Hearn goes, he's a heavyweight. He goes, yo, I find out I'm coming in 205 solid. He goes, well, you still need a little more to fight AJ. But the point is, he says he's coming in at 205. Now, he might have been joking around, but why would he say 205? It's a very specific number. So, yeah, that dude, Canelo probably balloons up 7-8 pounds. This dude, 25. Absolutely, and he's young. Did you see the Crawford? Yeah, I saw something. I got to go. I'll be back. All right. Well, then, get the fuck up out of here. Biggity bounce, son. Yo, I better get more viewers in tonight. Otherwise, I won't go live again for a while. Because it feels a little deflating when I'm getting millions of views. Do you know how many views I've gotten so far this month on Instagram? All right, I'm going to show off. Not only show off, but I'm proud of it. This is the last 28 days, right? Last 28 days of IG. It is at, look at that. Last 28 days is at, look at that, 5.2 million views in the last 30 days. So that's the kind of numbers I'm getting. Yet you, mother lovers, Not you specifically. You guys are dope. I don't get that many views here for some reason. It's a little deflating. Could be wrong. I'll be back. Could be wrong, but Canelo looked kind of slow. A little bit. Oh, shucky ducky now. Big shout to my man, Profound Dreamer. Big shout. I told you Lara gonna stop Danny. You did. You did. And again, big shout for hitting me with that 5-piece. Extra crispy 5-piece. Original recipe. You did, and I didn't believe it. And don't front. You thought, be honest, Profound. Be honest, because you're right. You won. You thought that Danny was gonna quit like that, though? No. You thought maybe Lara would beat him, decision him, stop. You thought Danny would just. Didn't Danny start crying afterwards again? You thought he would just quit and cry from one right hand? I'm not taking away anything from Lara, but nobody expected it to be like that. Like Spence Crawford, nobody expected it to be at that level. That magnitude was jumping off the pie chart. What up, Richie Rich? Yo, 516, you from Strong Island? Is that a Strong Island dude in my realm? Talk to me, Rich. Oh, shit, Christopher Randolph. What it do? What happened with Danny, bro? The motherfucker quit. He was crying. His dad was kind of, I don't want to say enabling him, but his dad looked concerned, like, okay, no, he's having one of those breakdowns again. I think his dad was scared Danny might have another, like, anxiety attack or a depression episode. So he kind of halted it. Yeah, wasn't good. Wasn't good. Profound Dreamer, my man. My man. What up, Vaughn? Canelo definitely looks slow. Definitely Father Time. I don't know about that. What did you see the picture of C mistake? Yeah, I did. Is that racism? Is that what that? I mean, you kind of gotta wonder, like, what all black people look alike? What the fuck? Canelo definitely looks slow. Although one dude today, I do this show, The Boxing Voice, and this caller was saying that he believes that Crawford and Kendrick now look alike with the way they have their hair, similar. That's what he said. I'm not. Don't crucify my ass. I'm not getting canceled. Another big shout. Big shout to my man hitting me with another 5-piece. My man hitting me with another 5-piece. Angel said Danny, it was going to get ugly in round 10. Well, once again,
thank you. Come again.
Appreciate you. Maybe. Oh, snaps. Juan Cardenas. ¿Qué pasó? Haha, look at the Canelo haters. Yeah, I know. Side by side, they do look kind of alike. I can say that. I'm not saying it. You guys ain't making my ass look racist. My white ass is not looking racist. I actually don't think they look alike. Similar complexion, maybe, but the features of their face, I don't think they look anything alike. Me personally. But, you know, that's just me. I just think it was a mistake. Like, I mean, you guys ever see that famous clip of somebody thinking that Samuel Jackson was like Forrest Whitaker or something? Those of you out there, remind me, who did they think Sam? And Samuel's like, I wasn't at the MTV Awards. Who do you mistake him for? Maybe Danny Glover? I forget. Ryan MC was crack-a-lackin'. I thought Canelo looked good, but I was really impressed with Berlanga. Okay, Ryan, you just got in here. I get that. And I'm going to comment on that. But let me finish reading here. I think he showed more skill than he thought he had after the knockdown. Yes, but don't forget, Berlanga was literally fighting a dude 2 weight classes below him in Canelo. Naturally, Canelo is 2 weight classes below, maybe even 3. No, I would say 2. 2, not 3. It's all fun and games. It's boxing. Word. Healthy Danny Garcia mops Laura, right? I don't know. Laura's pretty good. If you get them both 10 years ago, I don't know. Joe, what up, Joe? Low, what's cracking, Low? My man, Low. Maybe you want to jump in, Low? Maybe you jump in. Yeah, man. Edwin Rosario and Livingston Bramble was dope. I believe Rosario won those, right? Bramble didn't beat him, but he gave him a real fight, right? Now, was he Razai Bramble or was he Livingston Bramble when you saw the fight, Low? Marco, did you see the video of Shakur break? I did. Kind of looked fake. Is that? But then there's a video of him all in the hospital bed, right? It kind of looked fake to me. That did not look like a harsh shot. But I'm not saying it is fake. I'm just saying, is it just me or slightly questionable? No version of Danny beats Laura. Word. Okay. Well, they're not really naturally the same weight class, right? So there's that. You feel me? I just dropped, guys. Go to my Instagram. I just dropped a video it's my first actually featuring Oscar. It's basically this isn't what it's called, but it's the night Oscar De La Hoya became the face of boxing. The night Oscar became a superstar. That is when he mopped Julio Cesar Chavez. 96-1, Julio Cesar Chavez. Now you can argue Chavez should have been 94-3. Meldrick, Purnell. Purnell's not an argument. He should have been 90. Meldrick's an argument, but even to me, that, what do you think Ryan Garcia is going to fight? I hope he just waits 6 more months and fights Haney, man. That's the rematch the whole world wants to see. We had really low expectations for Berlanga. JD Spades is lurking. That's scary. So now that he didn't get knocked out, he showed some grit. Everyone thinks he looks good. I don't agree, but I do think I agree with you, JD. He looked good, but you must have just got in the room. He was fighting a dude who was at least 2 weight classes below him naturally in Canelo. Now, when there's that big of a size discrepancy, the dude can't hurt you. God, I remember one of the first times that I opened up. I was sparring. I was 15, right, when I was sparring Kevin Rooney's. And I was sparring a pro. I was light heavyweight then. I was a little baby fat on me. I was 178. I was sparring a pro. He must have been like 120 pounds, right? And he hit me a couple times. I'm like, and I just opened up and went out on his ass. And even though he would clip me, he's too busy worried about my shots because I was so much bigger than him, even though I was way less experienced. Point being, size matters. Even when there's a skill discrepancy, size can matter. Not always. There's a lot of instances where it don't. I agree with you that left hook, you didn't look hard. Chavez was too old for De La Hoya. He was 33. That's not that old. You're right, he was at the end of his career, but he was 96-1 and only 33. So you can argue he was too old. You can also argue, that version of De La Hoya would give that the Chavez 10 years earlier a problem. Let's be honest. He would have given that Chavez a problem. It would have been a more competitive fight, but he would have given that Chavez a problem too. Meldrick Costa. I'm tired of people's Meldrick. What? Saying it was a robbery. He was broken and drunk when Richard Steele asked if it. Wait, what? You're saying that the Meldrick Taylor fight wasn't a robbery? Nah, you're wilding out if that's what you're saying. I'm gonna start siding with Ness. You should watch your dirty mouth. You should watch your filthy fresh mouth. You say some shit like that. Unbelievable. You should hear this guy. He was all fighters. They were, Low, you drunk? Because I don't know what the fuck you're writing. I don't know, man. I was about to send the link, but you talking some crazy shit like that. Meldrick? That fight should have been stopped? Have you seen my videos? Literally, the bell rings as he's counting. The fight would have been over. They couldn't have even gotten in front of each other to fight again. It's done. Yeah, I agree. I think Devin De La Hoya was better than Chavez. But it's a big debate. I think Oscar De La Hoya was better. You guys with these fucking autocorrect me, throwing me all off. Ness is my guy, but he's hardcore casual. Send the link, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I send the link? This guy's trying to say Meldrick Taylor fight should have been stopped. You know what? Let the fans let whatever you guys want to see. I'll do it. What we doing? What up, Half? We're talking boxing. See, here's another thing though, Lo. I don't know if I want to go into the whole avenue of Taylor versus Chavez because it might lose half almost all these people in here because they're not like you and me. They don't really give a fuck as much. Feeds got Diddy. Oh, Feds got Diddy. Did you catch us, Caleb? Yeah, I caught it. I actually messaged McCumbee right after. I was like, yo, good performance. Hard puncher. But that fight, too, if you watch it, such a slight adjustment. He saw right away that McCumbee needed a lot of room. He threw looping punches. He needed room to get those punches off. And he exploded forward, which was catching Caleb off. So Caleb said to himself, all right, let me get him close to me so he can't explode at me in awkward angles because he's very quick explosively going forward. And let me get him close to me because now we won't have the room to loop his shots. And he got up on him, and McCumbee let him do it. And McCumbee's inside fighting was not nearly as good as Caleb's. And whoop, there it went. Send the link. I won't see him argue. I want to see. Well, I don't argue. We're not arguing. I get on TBV more like your input. I'm on TBV every morning, homeboy. Almost. Send the link, bro. I'm not talking to other. All right. Chilla Killers. Nah, chill, man. He's cool. He's cool. All right, I'll send the link. But now I gotta go in my fucking. Hold on. I could just put it here. Let me just do it here. Hold on. Boom. 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 There we go. Link is in the chat. Anybody who'd like to join can join. Nah, man. What's wrong with Tone? Tone's cool. Leave Tone alone. I don't expect no less from a former world champion in Caleb Plant. Word. Feds got Diddy? I don't know. Who cares? Quick. You're shocked? What are you shocked about? Hold on. I got to open this. It's probably going to explode on me. Hold on a second. Oh, no. It didn't. What are you shocked about? There he is. What's up?
Yo, Marco, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man? You drunk? You drunk tonight? What's going on?
Hell, come on, man. I'm not an alcoholic, bro. I'm at work right now. Why would I be drunk? I don't get drunk.
Because you're saying some
man.
drunk shit.
Nah, man. I'm not gonna elaborate on that, man. My thing is this: the referee, his job is not to be aware of the time. His job is to be aware of the faculty of the guy. At the end of the day, Meldrick Taylor was a broken fighter after that. So that goes to show that Chavez got the better of him. At the end of the day, Chavez won.
I've had this conversation many times, and everybody says what you said, and I'm going to break down for you exactly why that's completely not true. It is absolutely the referee's job to be aware of the time. How many times do referees stand there, and the bell's about to ring, and he jumps in between the fighters when the bell rings so he can break them apart and make them go back to their corners? Time is absolutely a part of what the ref needs to be aware of. I don't agree with that. And the refs are aware of time every fight. They're always jumping in at the end. So that's not true. And Meldrick got up and he was fine. He wasn't wobbly. He looked over at what's-his-face because he jumped on the ring apron, Luduva. You know boxing. He wasn't wobbling at all. He just looked away for a second.
No, but at the end of the day, I could see a case for both situations. I'm not gonna go as far as to say it was a robbery. The only fight in Chavez's resume for me that was a robbery was the Pernell Whitaker fight. Pernell Whitaker won at least 9 rounds to 3. But what I want to talk about is Edgar Berlanga. First off, I'm someone who's been very hard on Edgar Berlanga as far as critiquing him and nothing personal.
And tell me, so those of you watching, Lowe is also a Boricua. Were you going for him because you're Puerto Rican, or you no?
No, I was rooting for Canelo because I'm sorry. Let me explain something to you, Marco. I'm not one of those guys that's just gonna root for somebody because he's Puerto Rican. Don't get me wrong, I root for my Puerto Ricans, but I've been a Canelo fan. I'm a Canelo fan first. And Berlanga, at one point, I was very critical of him because I seen how he was, I seen him more being interested in being a superstar, being a hip-hop guy, being around the rappers, the partying. So I said to myself, he's doing all this, and he hasn't even became a champion yet. You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen a lot of great fighters in the past that embraced the fame too much once they became world champions, and then they started backsliding. So what I'm gonna say for Berlanga is he earned my respect. He made me a fan. I did see some new wrinkles in his skill set, and I really hope that Edgar Berlanga takes things very, very serious and learns from this experience from fighting Canelo. And I think Berlanga is going to be a hell of a fighter. And I can honestly say that right now, at the moment, Edgar Berlanga is the face of Puerto Rican boxing. So shout out to Edgar Berlanga,
Yeah, but that's
and
only because he
I give
beat
him respect.
Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Like if
He didn't beat
Zayas,
Canelo.
well, excuse me, fought Canelo and did well. If Zayas would have went in there and looked good, what weight is Zayas? Is he 40, 47?
54.
54. If Zayas went in there and looked amazing or beat Charlo, he'd be the face of Puerto Rican boxing, no?
Here's my thing. Yeah, yeah, he would, but Berlanga has more. He has more superstar potential, being that he's charismatic. He has a hip hop following, sort of like Hector Camacho. And one thing Berlanga has that Xander Zayas doesn't have is he has that it factor. He does have that power at the end of the day.
I got to be honest, man, and I'm not. This is just what I think. I stay even keeled. I love upsets. So I would have loved it if Berlanga went. I wasn't, but Berlanga to me is a little above middle class. He's upper middle class to me. He's not upper class. He's not superstar. He's upper middle, and that's just what I see. He's not shitty. He's a little above an average fighter, but I just don't see all that. I just don't. I don't know, but it's
I see
subjective.
where he could. I see where he could improve. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Berlanga's not the super um, special effects type of guy in terms of athleticism. He's not like a he's not as like a T.O. or Javante that, but he does got a big punch. He does have an extensive amateur pedigree.
He has a
So
great
I
amateur.
feel
He has a great amateur background, but I don't think the punches. Look, 16 first-round knockouts in a row might even be unmatched, right? But since then, his punch, like boxing, we all know boxing. When you see his punch land, you don't have that reaction that you have when Javante throws a punch, even if it misses. It's not. It just doesn't seem that hard. It doesn't seem weak, but doesn't seem like a Javante punch.
I mean, we got different type of punches, Marco. We got guys like we had the Julian Jackson type of guy that punches you and knocks your spirit out of your body, right? And then
Right.
you had the Gerald McLennan type of guy that can just hit you in the shoulder and knock you across the ring.
Yeah.
Malanga strikes me more of that type of a puncher where he can hit you with force. He's not like a
See, I'm the other. I go the opposite. Julian's punches didn't really look that hard, but when he threw them, but then when the dudes would fall. But to me, McClellan's punches looked hard. So I think Berlanga's more like Julian. Like, yeah, he knocks people out, but when the punch gets released, you don't see flames and fireworks coming behind it. It kind of looks like a normal punch. But dudes drop. You know who? Better Biev looks the same way to me. Better Biev's punches to me don't look that hard, but he crumbles dudes.
it's also in the snap of the punches. Julian Jackson had a lot of good snap in his punch, the way he would land perfectly, where it would just literally knock the dude unconscious. Berlanga's more of a thudding type of puncher, but nevertheless, I feel Berlanga is going to be okay, man. I would like to see him get a fight against somebody that he could beat, that he could win, and then I want to see him in there with Munguia.
That motherfucker will not stay at 68 too much longer, if at all. He is too
He's a big guy. He's big.
Yeah.
He's big.
My man, real quick, big up again to my man, Profound Dreamer. Hit me again with an five-piece. The real question is, do you think Berlanga ever wins a world title in any weight class? That's a great question, Profound. That is a great question.
I can see that. As long as it's not Canelo.
I don't know. See, to me, he's right at that level where I could see it, but I also see it not happening. So it's not a definite yes, but it's not a definite no for me. That's how I look at him. Just look, just because he had balls, right, and he didn't get knocked out by a dude who is clearly two weight divisions lighter than him. I mean, he's Canelo, but I mean, that's what I saw. I saw, like, I've been in there, you know what I'm saying? I know what it's like when there's a bigger dude, a bigger body. It's physics. Their punch resistance will just hold water, will hold up to a smaller. If a small asteroid hits a big asteroid, that big asteroid might wobble a little, but it's not going to fucking shatter. And that's what I was seeing there.
Well, I could see a Berlanga becoming a world champion as long
Sure.
as it's not Canelo. Because at the end of the day, all due respect, and pardon me for saying what I'm gonna say right now, and I have a reason because I was spoiled. I grew up around James Toney and Roy Jones and those
You and me both.
super middleweight divisions. So I don't see anything special, to be honest with you, at 168. I think Berlanga with more experience, with him fine tuning his toolbox and some more confidence, I could see Berlanga hanging in there with the Benavidez and the David Morrells and the Caleb Plants and those guys. Because like I said, I don't see those guys. All due respect, once again, no knock on them, but none of those guys will be a world champion in the James Toney, Roy Jones, Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank, Gerald McClellan era of 168
Yeah.
pounders.
Well, let me say, okay, so this Profound Dreamer says Berlanga's a Ryan Garcia type. He's popular, but not a champion. See, Profound, I disagree with you. Ryan Garcia has possibly, no, not possibly, top 3 fastest left hooks I've ever seen in my life. One punch. He can't throw combination. That one punch, there's been top 3. Who has thrown a faster left hook in history than Ryan Garcia? Just one punch like that. So I think that's special. Berlanga doesn't have that. So that's why I think Ryan is special with his speed.
Ryan has more special effects than Berlanga. Ryan, at the end of the day, whatever you want to say, Osterman, this one, that one, he just mugged a former undisputed lightweight champion, and battered it, dropped him like 12 times or something like that.
Ooh, I like this one. Berlanga versus Billy. That would be fun. Billy be all up in his chest. I think Berlanga will be too big for him, Billy, because Berlanga's what is he like? You ever met him? Low? Was he like 6'1"?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I met Berlanga one time, right? I met him at the Barclays Center when Danny Garcia was fighting against the European dude. I forgot his name. So, what's the guy's name he fought? He was a European guy that Devontae beat him up in the gym. Ivan Redkach. I met Berlanga in the Barclays Center. And believe it or not, man, even though people see him as flamboyant and flashy, he was actually very humble and down to earth when I met him.
Yeah, I don't think he's the weird thing with him is you were talking before. I can't think of a fighter who's gotten such support from the hip hop community, from the celebrity community as quickly as Berlanga. And I think it was those 16 first round knockouts because his resume is not deep, but that's still impressive.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's
what I'm saying. See, the last time I seen this before Broner, right? Growing up was Zab Judah, right? But Zab started getting into the flashiness, hanging out with the rappers when Zab became a world champion, right? So my thing with Berlanga at the time was that turned me off was like, yo, bro, you haven't accomplished a world championship yet.
Right.
To be on this level like that. Because I've seen a lot of champions. Adrian Broner became a world champion, started hanging out with the rappers. He never really, even though he accomplished a lot in terms of belts, but he never turned out to be the great fighter that he was touted to be. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my thing with Berlanga was like, man, he's gonna let Puerto Ricans down. So that turned me off. But I've been watching him lately. The man became a born again Christian. That's very good for his maturity and spirituality. Then on top of that, I'm hearing that he's in Puerto Rico or Florida somewhere. So he doesn't really have the distractions as he would have in New York. So maybe he is more focused than ever. And I did see some moves. I like how he was changing levels with that jab. He was using the up jab. I mean, like I said, man, I see a bright future for Berlanga. I would like to see him serve him up like a Triple G out of retirement, and then give him a fight against Jaime Munguia in the Garden.
We'll see, man. Who should Caleb Plant fight next? Demasian Knight. That's a great question, Mr. Knight. Damn, Caleb Plant. 68. I don't think Berlanga stays at 68. Who's really at 68? And Billy, I mean, Boo Boo, but I think Boo Boo's probably retired. I don't know. I can't answer that. I want to Plant versus Berlanga. Caleb versus Munguia. Okay, Munguia. That's not a bad one. The two dudes who, I mean, Munguia did better against Canelo than Caleb did, or maybe not. Caleb was kind of winning some of the rounds until he got slept. Plant versus
Caleb
Berlanga.
was doing better, but Munguia was more durable.
Yeah, 168. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious to see what Berlanga is going to do. He could probably make 68 for another couple of years, but once he approaches 28, 29, I don't know. That's going to be tough. That's a lot of weight to keep dropping. A lot of
I
weight
ain't,
to
I ain't
keep
gonna lie to
dropping.
you. Danny Garcia broke my heart, man.
Yeah, man. He was crying after, right?
No, he wasn't crying.
Oh, I thought he was crying in the interview after.
No, no, he wasn't crying. No. I thought he
Oh.
was because Danny Garcia is emotional, but no, he wasn't crying.
I mean, what? I was watching the first 4 or 5 rounds, and I was bored out of my mind. Then I saw Garcia's not doing shit. Then I come back and it's over. So I only saw the clip. Was it just that one straight right that landed that dropped him, and
A
that was
straight
it?
left. It was a
Straight
straight
left,
left,
excuse me.
Marco. Yeah,
That was it.
yeah, he went down afterwards. He took a delayed knockdown, went on his knees.
But
He
why
walked
did
back
his
to his
father
corner.
call the fight? He wasn't taking an ass whooping. Like
When
he
he
was
went to
losing.
his corner, there's another video that I seen on Instagram where you could actually hear the referee asking Danny Garcia in the corner. And he walked to the corner. It looks like he gave his father a certain look. So the referee asked him, "You want to keep going?" And Danny said, "Ask my dad." And then he asked Angel, and Angel said, "No, stop. We stopping."
So why do you think he quit? Because Danny wasn't getting his ass whooped. Like he was losing, but he wasn't
Well,
swallowing bricks. So why do you think?
this is what I'll say for Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, I'm never gonna label Danny Garcia a quitter. Because I believe Danny in his prime. I don't think Danny ever beats Lara style wise, but Danny would not quit in his prime. It's like the case where Marvin Hagler said at one point, if you're waking up in silk pajamas, he lost the eye of the tiger. He's been out the ring for 2 years. He has investments. He doesn't have it anymore. He's not hungry anymore. Some guys have the money, they're still hungry, like
Right,
Canelo, like Floyd, right? When Floyd was fighting, but these
right.
guys were active. Danny Garcia, like I said, to me, it looks like he doesn't have the eye of the tiger no more. And
Damn.
he had a
Damn.
good career. I believe he goes to the Hall of Fame based off what he did at 140.
Galaxy Studios. What's up? Yeah, man. I mean, we'll see. Damn, Diddy got
If
arrested.
Arturo Gotti goes to the Hall of Fame, Danny
Yeah.
Garcia should, because Danny Garcia was way better than Arturo Gotti. All due respect, rest in peace.
Yes, you're right. You're right. He had
Gotti,
better
Gotti ain't win
wins.
no big. Gotti ain't really win no big. He don't really have too many
Gotti's
big
just more
wins.
entertaining to watch. Oh, excuse me, more
He has
entertaining
some
to
big wins.
watch him get beat up. Because
Marco,
every
what's his
fight,
big wins?
the one, none of them really. Just the one against
His
Mickey
biggest
Ward.
wins then. All right,
Mickey,
now he got some wins. I'm gonna break it down to you.
he's more
He did.
known. Well, Joey Gamache, but that was a gross
He
size
was washed
mismatch.
up though. He beat Tracy Harris Patterson twice to become a world champion. He had that fight on HBO After Dark against the Colombian guy, and then he knocked out
Yeah,
Gabriel
the girl
Morales.
hockey. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, he had some decent wins, but like I said, Danny Garcia had more signature wins than Arturo Gotti. So for me, Danny Garcia was a better fighter than Arturo Gotti in every way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, whoop, shit. Marco, did you see the Rolly fight? I did not. Did you catch the Rolly fight?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did he look good?
Um, I mean, Brody looks good when he knocks people out. He's not really special to look at as far as skills and stuff like that. But he did win the fight though. He'd be a good comeback for Devin Haney.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Diddy got arrested. Damn, Diddy actually got arrested by the feds?
9 minutes ago, I just seen it on my timeline. Yeah,
For what?
you know what?
What what beating the shit out of girls? I don't get it.
Well, whatever he did, whatever he's being accused of, whatever the case may be, man.
You said you know what? I'm like, I don't know what.
Yeah.
For beating up a girl. Damn, you say whooping a girl's ass is a
Who knows? Probably
federal
that.
crime?
Probably touching boys, touching guys. I don't know. One thing about this, Marco, right now we're gonna get into this being that you brought up Diddy, and I'm a conspiracy guy.
Right.
Diddy's he's going through an ass whooping. This is what you call a humiliation ritual. And they all go through this after a while where they take your name and they run it through the mud. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying he's innocent, but right now he's getting his
Nah, I mean,
spanking by the power of that be.
we saw him whoop that girl's ass. So just now, you just know. I remember, and I don't want to go down this route either because it's a boxing show. But I
Yeah,
remember
that-
years ago, some record executive accused, said, "Yo, Diddy and his boys came over and whooped my ass, roughed me up." And then Diddy is at an MTV Awards show, and they asked him, he's like, "Oh, allegations just came out. Did you really go up and beat the?" And Diddy goes, "No, I did not do that, not to my knowledge." And then literally the next day, the surveillance footage shows him going into the dude's office. So I remember when I saw that, I'm like, oh, so he uses strong arm tactics. So it doesn't surprise me. But beating up a woman's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Definitely.
fuck him. 168 IBF belt is vacant.
Teofimo's in the city right now, man.
What's that?
Teofimo's in the city right now. He was in Gleason's earlier today.
Oh, was he?
He was over there looking fantastic on the double M bag, yeah.
What is crazy? Diddy got all types of allegations. All I know about the allegations for him is, I don't know. I know that he held gay parties, but that's not against the law. And then beating up the girl. That's all I've heard of. So that's why I'm asking. Compton Twan, what up? What up, Compton Twan? My man. Yeah, man. Trevor McCumbee impressed me because he impressed me, and then also it kind of disappointed me how a very basic, rudimentary, fundamental change, adjustment was able to throw him off completely and completely change the dynamic of the fight. That disappointed me. But he impressed me with his power, and more than anything, yeah, he lost, but now we want to see him fight because he hits hard and he's exciting. And even
I would like to see him served up to Berlanga.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Him and Berlanga. Let Berlanga get that fight that he could. Not that I'm saying he can't win other fights, but give him that fight and then give him a big name.
And is that a size mismatch? Oh no, they're in the same weight. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. McCumbee was up. Yeah, he was winning the fight. And let's not forget that first knockdown that wasn't called the knockdown should have been. McCumbee hit him and fucking homeboy stumbled and fell. It was a little delayed, but so it should have been 2 knockdowns. But none of that matters because McCumbee just, I mean, his inside fighting it's crazy. It almost looked like he was an amateur in the inside, and I don't mean to like shit on him because he still, went way further in boxing than I did. But when he was on the outside, he was very confident. He moved his head. Very explosive, very explosive. And as a white man, that fucking mullet and that mustache is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Don't think that that's how we get down because that's a special, certain kind of white dude. But other than that, I liked him. Just no mullet. No. He looked like an 80s. He looked like a Magnum PI fucking extra with that 80s porn star stash.
Marco, what you thought about the incident with Terrence Crawford and Teofimo Lopez? Did you see that?
I just saw probably what we all saw. It just looked like, Terrence put his hand out and they kind of like hit each other's hands. And then I don't know what caused it. I don't know what was being said.
A lot of these channels, a lot of these race baiting YouTube channels are making videos saying that Terrence Crawford smacked him. Obviously, these guys never been outside before. They've never been off the porch. That's not smacking somebody. Terrence Crawford was talking to him, pointing his finger to his face. He probably nudged him because you couldn't see his head. He probably mushed him a little bit, and then Teo smacked his hand, and they started, having words with each other.
But nobody knows what was said, right?
No. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the only angle it shows. There hasn't been any interviews with either one of them since then regarding that incident.
Yeah, I don't know either, man.
I still don't want that fight. I don't like that fight. I think both Teo and Terrence Crawford have a lot of smoke in their respective weight classes.
Say that again.
I think Teo and Crawford both have a lot of smoke in their respective divisions.
Yeah. I mean, they do. Man, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Same way, Teo. I don't see him getting the Bud fight. Bud, on the flip side, is not getting the Canelo fight either. If he fights Canelo, I got Canelo icing and breaking him apart. It would look similar to Terry Norris and Meldrick Taylor. It'd be 4 or 5 rounds of brutality.
Wait. Who do you think wins?
It would look like Terry Norris and Meldrick Taylor. It would be 4 or 5 rounds of brutality, man.
Yeah, but who's Meldrick? Who's Terry?
Who you think?
You tell me.
Canelo's Terry Norris. You see, when
Oh.
you have a guy that's bigger than you, right? A lot of people don't know about boxing, Mark. They just look at Bud Crawford and say, "Oh, he's a slick black fighter. Canelo's a flat-footed Mexican." Okay, Crawford is more athletic in terms of movement, right? Canelo
Mm-hmm.
has better defense than Bud Crawford, believe it or not. Coming
Mm-hmm.
forward, fighting aggressive, and all, he gets hit less than Bud Crawford, who moves around on his legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
That tells you he has better defense. He's more defensively responsible than Bud Crawford. That's why Canelo was able to jump up so many weight classes. Certain guys can do that, like Roberto Duran. Duran tightened up his defense after a while. Floyd Mayweather got even better with his defense, which was already great. Pernell Whitaker, and I'm not saying Bud Crawford doesn't have defense, because he did show very good defense against Earl Spence. But when he punches in the pocket, he keeps his head on the line. He keeps his chin in the air and gets a little wide at times. And I can see Canelo clipping him. I can see Bud having success. But I think Canelo, at the end of the day, people are really sleeping on him. Canelo Alvarez is very skilled. Like all
Yeah.
these people talk about him ducking this one, ducking that one. I really believe he needs to fight Benavidez because I think Canelo in shape, I think he beats the crap out of Benavidez because the output is not going to be there
You
when he has incoming
you think
power
Canelo
counter
beats?
shots to the guts.
So wait, you
Absolutely,
think Canelo
Marco.
beats the crap out of Benavidez?
Absolutely. He
Damn,
beats
you're
him,
on
bro.
one. And then Crawford and Canelo. Who'd you say you got?
I got Canelo inside 6 rounds.
Okay, I agree with that. So you're 1 for 3 with
It'll be
me.
it'll be entertaining while it lasts, but I got Canelo at the end
No,
of the day.
Benavidez stops Canelo. I'm not
No,
saying he knocks him out because Canelo, but either the ref or Canelo's corner will be like, nah, he can't keep taking. Benavidez stops him, puts his foot on the
I'm gonna tell you
gas.
why not.
Let me hear.
That gas ain't gonna have no gas in it, bro. Because when you're fighting, see, people keep talking about his output. When you're fighting a guy like Canelo, who's easily top three, one of the best counter punchers in the game. Canelo is not a one punch knockout artist, but he drops damn near everybody he fights.
Man,
I'm not saying he stops Benavidez. I can see
I'm
him putting him down,
I'm
and
telling
the
you,
body shot counters
if
is going to
if
slow
he
him down.
if he tries to put up his guard and walk at Benavidez like he did with Munguia or with Berlanga, he is gonna swallow a blizzard of cinder blocks. Swallow them. He's gonna get. He's gonna feel like he's being chased by mosquitoes in the Brazilian rainforest, just all over his. Nah.
Yeah, but those counter punches. See, a lot of people tend to look at the Benavidez as a big puncher. A lot of big punchers are not usually guys that throw a lot of punches like that. Canelo places his punches better. He's a better counter puncher, and if he fights the right fight and counters Benavidez to the gut, who looks like he's soft to the body, he's not really ripped up like that. I could see Canelo hurting him and slowing him down.
Nah,
And when you
man.
slow a man down and you got
Yeah,
counters
but
coming at you,
low. The way your physique looks does not determine if you could take a body shot. It just doesn't. It doesn't. He might not be able to take a body shot, but the way your physique looks, I've seen fat dudes could take tons of body shots. I've seen muscular dudes get crippled with body shots. It doesn't matter.
yeah, but see, we're talking about guys that are fat that have a lot of meat around that.
No, just in
Benavidez is not
general.
fat;
I'm saying.
he's
I'm
flabby.
saying. You don't have to have muscle to take a body shot. You know that's a whole different. I don't think, man. I think Benavidez beats him convincingly.
I mean, it remains to be seen. We could agree to disagree, Marco.
We're
But
not going to see
by
it though because he doesn't want to fight him. Canelo doesn't want to fight him. So
Benavidez doesn't want to fight Canelo, he's moving up in weight. He's gonna
get
stick
out of
around.
here with that.
If you
He's
really
trying to
want to
get a
fight
fight.
somebody, you
He's
call
been
somebody
waiting
out
for
for real.
5 years. How much longer is he going to wait?
Why he didn't pull up to his fight then? Do
Oh
what
my
Avis
goodness.
Landy Lara did, man.
Give me a break. Come on. Yeah, he clearly wants to fight him. He's made that very clear for the last 4 or 5 years. Canelo just doesn't want, and Canelo admitted it. And I'll give him props because he finally admitted it. He goes, the dude's too big. He's 25 pounds heavier. I'm a natural middleweight. Canelo said all this, and this is what I knew he was thinking, and I'll give him props for at least saying it. He goes, nah, he's too
Well,
big. Fuck that.
I still got Canelo beating him if they fight. If they ever fight, Canelo beats him.
Look,
Canelo doesn't, if they don't
Canelo has
fight,
a
he's still a
chance.
legend.
Canelo has a chance. I'm not, because he is one of the greatest fighters. When it all is said and done, he will be top whatever in history. He will be up there. So he has a chance, of course. But I don't see it. I think Benavidez is just too big. If you saw what Bivol did to him, forget about it. You think Bivol
Bivol would outbox Benavidez too. But Benavidez doesn't fight tall, bro. He doesn't move around and jab like that. He likes to fight inside on the pocket.
No, that's true.
Bivol would outclass him.
But the point is, Benavidez is still taller and can throw shots and be out of range, and he throws way. Nah, man, I think I would love for it to happen, but
so would I.
That's not going to happen, and I don't think Crawford and Canelo happens. I don't think Canelo will fight Crawford either.
Let me ask you a question, being that Canelo's career is winding down, and I know how you are about not wanting to rank guys that are still active. Would you right now? Let's say Canelo retires, because right now, even if he retires over loss, it's not going to damage his legacy because he did enough. You're rated more for what you did at your best.
Right.
Where would you put Canelo in the top 20 all time? Top 20.
Right now? Like if he retires right now?
Yep.
I don't know, man. That's a great question.
Right, you got Chavez in the top 20.
Yes.
Okay.
But Canelo will never do what Chavez did.
All right. For me, Marco, I have Canelo surpassing Chavez as the all-time greatest Mexican of all time. And you can tell me why different, and I can tell you why I feel so.
Nah. Chavez went 96-1 before getting a second loss. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, granted, I thought he should have lost to Meldrick and Purnell, but still, Chavez went over 80 fights with legitimately not losing. He was, oh no, he didn't. When he fought Meldrick, he was like 67. That's still 67 fights without losing is crazy.
Well, cut the resume in half, right? Because for me, and this is not me degrading Chavez, because I had to school CYP about this because he was always going at Chavez. He was saying that Chavez fought a bunch of cab drivers. Yeah, he fought a lot of guys, that were not on the highest level, because fighters back then were more active. And then again, Mexico, when you coming up with no amateur experience, they build you up, right?
Right.
Chavez does have a lot of good names on his record. And I really examined his box record. Even though the guys were unknown, Chavez has a lot of undefeated guys on his resume. Chavez has a very good resume. However, for me, Canelo Alvarez has a better resume than Chavez. He has a deeper resume than Chavez. That's one of my criteria.
I agree, but I look at dominance, right? I look at dominance, and up until Chavez was already, Chavez was more dominant because he didn't gather 2 losses up until he got older and then started fading. Canelo did. So that to me is a big deal, like how dominant. Because
Marco, you're a smart guy.
But check it out. The resume doesn't matter as much because they can only fight who's in their era. That's nothing to do with their skill. They're just fighting who's there. It's not Vitaly. It's not Klitschko's fault that when he was dominating, nobody else was really around. Like as opposed to Ali, when he was dominating, he had Foreman, Frazier, Spinks, Holm. So I don't really look at who's on the resume as much because they can't control that.
Well, you know what, Marco? It's funny you mentioned that because one of my criteria is dominance, right? My criteria is his resume, and this is not no order. Resume, accomplishments, level of dominance, and skill set, right?
That's me. Those are all my criteria.
Now, with me,
but last one. Prime.
What's the last one?
Whole career or just their prime? What do you look at? I look at just prime.
Prime, but then when you look at longevity, you got to add that to it because that's a plus. You feel what I'm saying? Now, here's my thing: Canelo trumps Chavez in all those criteria, with the exception of what you just said, dominance. And I say that because in Chavez's best wins, right? Chavez dominated those when he won clearly. Chavez had a couple of bleeps under his record, like the controversy with Meldrick, the controversy with Pernell Whitaker. Canelo had the loss early to Floyd. He had the controversial fight with Lara. He had the controversy with Triple G,
Yep.
and even there's some people that feel that Austin Trout was a close fight. So I agree with you in terms of
close,
dominance.
but nah. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but in terms of dominance during their reign, Chavez had a higher level of dominance.
Yep.
I agree with you 1,000%.
Yep.
But in terms of skill set, they're both highly skilled. I think Canelo's a little bit better than Chavez skill-wise.
I think they're similar. I think Canelo definitely takes a Mexican style and fucking evolved it through a little bit of American boxer in that. Yep.
Yeah, he added the slick black style to it.
I agree.
With the exception of the leg, he don't got the footwork, the movement. He got the upper body, fast twitchy. Okay. But and then we look at the resume. Canelo has a better resume than Chavez. And then you look at the divisions that this man was able to conquer were divisions where Mexican fighters don't really thrive at. Canelo dominated from 154, became a champion at 175, and became undisputed. These are weight classes that, once again, we haven't really seen Mexican fighters dominate those weight classes. And then the fact that Canelo's 36 right now, still near at the top.
All right, let's see.
When you come to longevity, Chavez at 36 was already done.
Chavez is big wins, big name dudes. I'm looking right now. Juan Laporte, big name. Edwin Rosario, big name.
Camacho.
I'm going through it. Roger Mayweather wasn't a generational great, so I won't add him. Meldrick, that one I didn't even fucking count. But it's there. Meldrick, I don't count that one though. Where's
Hector?
Camacho? Camacho came later, right? Greg Haugen, Purnell, I thought he lost to. Frankie Randall. Camacho.
Luis Ramirez. Jose Luis Ramirez.
Okay, so that's only 3 or 4. Okay, you're right. So we're only looking at 3 or 4, whereas Canelo has
Chavez actually has more than that, but the ones that stand out are the ones that you mentioned.
No, I'm grabbing big names. I'm not grabbing dudes who are good for the era but not great. Because there's a bunch of those. I'm grabbing the big names. Look.
All right, his 5 best wins.
For example,
give me Canelo 5 best.
Canelo has Baldomir. I don't put that there. Baldomir was good but not great. Kermit Cintron, good but not great. Okay, Shane Mosley, but people argue he's old.
Shane was washed up.
But still, you got to put him in because he wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't washed up enough because he came back and fucking destroyed Margarito after that.
No, he didn't.
Oh, that was after?
No, he didn't. No. He destroyed Margarito after he lost to Cotto. After he lost to Cotto, he lost to Floyd, and then he started losing after that. I mean, after he lost.
I don't think Shane was that old where it discredits the win. You got Shane. He lost to Mayweather. He lost to Larry. He got Shane, Cotto, Amir Khan, which is a weight mismatch, but still did it. Chavez Jr. No, he's not. No, Chavez Jr. is account. Golovkin, who I thought he lost to, but he looked.
The second time he beat Golovkin.
And he beat him the second time. Daniel Jacobs and Kovalev. Kovalev could argue that he was over the hill, but
Billy Joe was undefeated.
Nah, Billy Joe's. I don't put Billy Joe at the level of a Kovalev or a.
Why not?
Golovkin.
Not the level of Kovalev, but Billy Joe. You could put him in the level of Greg Haugen.
Yeah, but he was undefeated. That to me isn't. I'm talking generational greats, not dudes who are just like champions, like dominant champion.
Okay, so, we can still go on. Charlo, he beat undisputed Charlo. Who
really, it's close. I think it's close. I don't think
Cotto. He got Cotto.
I don't think he blows Chavez out the water. Is what I'm saying. I think it's close.
He got a deeper resume than Chavez, though. At the end of the day, this is my thing.
A little.
Chavez, 5 best wins. 5 best wins for Chavez, right? Camacho, Rosario, what's his name? Meldrick Taylor, Roger.
Nah, don't count Taylor. You count it. I don't count that.
On paper, Meldrick Taylor knocked him out. No matter whatever you want to say, he damaged him after that. Jose Luis Ramirez.
But all the dudes that Chavez was knocking out and dominating up until he fought Taylor, which is he wiped everybody out of his division. There just wasn't great fighters at that point, really. Juan Laporte is another one. Juan Laporte is an all-time great.
Yeah, that's somebody I had to bring up when had the nerve to say what he said about. I don't even want to get in. I don't even want to open up this can of worms.
No, that's crazy. You can't put Berlanga. I mean, I don't put him just simply because he's still active. I don't put him.
Exactly, man.
But he's also not done anything. Ness,
listen, like I said,
Ness likes to stir the pot a little bit. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I don't even
But
know if he really believed that. Is my point.
no, he does believe it. He's not a historian, bro.
I
But
don't know. I don't know if he really believed that. I think he was just trying to
but
maybe rile you up a little bit.
but nevertheless, Chavez was more dominant. I gotta say that. It's just like Tyson, for instance. But Ness, once again, I gotta bring Ness up because when Ness was comparing Berlanga Canelo, hold on, let me make sure I'm leaving my job right now. Give me a second. Let me just see if I left anything behind. No, right, good. He said that how is Berlanga a bigger? He said he was comparing it to Buster Douglas, and I told Ness Buster Douglas was a very skilled heavyweight. The problem with Buster Marco was he lacked discipline.
I know
But when he
that.
put it
Well,
all together,
motivation, discipline, whatever you want to call it. I know all about Buster. Douglas had one of the greatest skill sets. He looked like Muhammad Ali the night he beat Tyson when he tried. But then there's other nights like Tony Tucker where he just stopped. He just quit. He just stopped. He's like, I'm done. Kind of deal what Garcia did. So yeah, it's motivation slash discipline. Yep. You there? I might have lost him. Let me get to some of these. Mosley was old when he fought Canelo. Yeah, but not too old
hello,
where it didn't count. Kovalev
you
was a
can hear me?
champion. Yeah, I hear you now.
We lost each other. All right,
They
yeah.
used
What
to
I
say
was saying
Canelo
was
was Dunkin's owners. Go ahead.
Canelo was the difference in skill between Canelo and Berlanga is bigger between Buster and Tyson. The difference is Tyson was such a big underdog because of how dominant Mike was at that time.
Yeah.
That's the reason. It wasn't because Buster was that bad. It's because Tyson was so. Tyson was a heavyweight, Marco, and he was considered number one pound for pound, and you rarely see that. A heavyweight number one pound for pound. That's how dominant Mike was at that time.
Yeah, I know that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you usually don't see number one heavyweights. They'll be in the top 10, but not number
And remember,
one.
he was also small too. That's also as well because he was a small guy. Because I don't really put heavyweights in that unless it's a guy that moves up like Usyk, like Evander, guys like that. But Mike was a small heavyweight, so Mike deserved it. The guy was small. And he
Yeah.
was knocking, he was blowing these guys out. A lot of people don't know. Like when people talk about the heavyweight division,
We lost them again. Let's see. I'll give some of these comments. Canelo ducks everyone according to the internet. No, he just ducks Benavidez. He hasn't ducked anybody else. I like Lowe. He likes Puerto Ricans. I know he's Puerto Rican. Mike Tyson was a beast. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Boxing Wizard, you be bugging out thinking that Meldrick Taylor couldn't stand up. Meldrick Taylor stood up, no problem. Was up at, I think, the count of 5 or 6. Wasn't wobbling, nothing. I saw what you wrote before. Making me want to throw up with that slander. That fight should not have been stopped. You don't fight your blood, guts, and tears for 12 rounds just for a fight to be stopped when it was over. And he wasn't hurt. If he's what I think you could argue that the ref should have let it go even if he was really hurt because it was over. But he wasn't hurt. There's no reason to stop it. No reason. He wasn't hurt and the fight was over. But Richard Steele, he couldn't stand up. He stood up. He literally stood up on his own. No problem. How can you say somebody couldn't stand up when there's a video of him standing up? See, I'm not messing with you. You were literally making shit up. There's a video of him standing up. Damn, is that what you do with your girl? She catches you cheating. You're like, that wasn't me. She's like, I'm watching the video. This is you right here pulling down her panties. You're like, that's not me. She's like, that's your house. That's your haircut. Oh, wait, that's your face. No, not me. That's the kind of argument you give there, Boxing Wizard? Nope. Not happening. I ain't fucking with you. Saunders, Triple G, Lara. What about them? What do you think of Caleb Plant getting dropped? He should have been dropped twice. I'd say 2 of them were real knock. Actually, I don't know if that one was an actual knockdown, the one that was called, because he hit him in the arm. I guess the second shot in the face is what dropped him. But I'm not sure. All right. I might have to wrap this up, people. I've been on about an hour. But let's pick this back up tomorrow. All right, peeps. I appreciate you guys. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.